Hello everybody, welcome back to Gabymathematics YouTube channel. This video, I'm gonna do Kertas 1, Kertas dari Pulau Pinang 2025 with all of you. Now, to show support, please like this video and share to your friends. If you find this channel is useful, recommend to your friend also. Alright, so let's start with our question today. Let's go. Okay, first question. All of the following relation are function except, okay, what type of relation do we have? So we have total 4 relations. So we have 1 to 1, we have many to 1, we have 1 to many, and we have many to many. Okay, banyak kepada banyak. Okay, many to many. Now, how does all this relation looks like? Okay, so when we say 1 to 1 means, okay, you have to remember that the x and y is on the right hand side, so they don't repeat. So this is called 1 to 1. So when many to 1, okay, for example, this many to 1 means, maybe you will see this, 2 different number, you will get the same answer. So we call many to 1. Okay, 1 to many, okay, so and many to many, I'm not going to discuss here. So many, 1 to many, many to many, these two, they are not function. So always remember, we want at the back to 1. Again, 1 to 1 or many to 1, both of these are considered function. Okay, so let's check one by one. So the first one, so what is the relation? So you check the x, okay, all different. Okay, so let's say this one 6, 9, 21. The y 3, 3, same. So 6, 3, 9, 3, 21, 3. So this is called many to 1. So is many to 1 function? Many to 1. Yes, this is a function. Okay, continue B. So the x is 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, 0, 1, 2, 3. So the y is 0, 4, 8, 12. 0, 4, 8, 12. 0, 0, 1, 4, 2, 8, 3, 12. All don't repeat. So this is actually called 1 to 1. So 1 to 1 is a function. Okay, so now let's look at the third one, C. Okay, the x is 25, 25, 9, 9. Okay, 25 and 9. Then the y is 5, negative 5, 3, and negative 3. Okay, 5, negative 5, 3, negative 3. So you will get this. 25 is 5. So 25, negative 5. 9, 3. 9, negative 3. So this is called 1 to many. One answer, one number, you will get 2 different answers. So 1 to many, this is not a function. So this is actually not. Okay, how about D? So you check the x all different, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. The y also different, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. So this is actually 1 to 1. So this is also a function. The answer is C. Only C is not a function. Okay, so number 2, simplify this. Now what we have to do here is we must factorize. Okay, you check. Can we factorize this? Open bracket, factorkan. So these two terms, we call it as perfect square. And then in the middle, minus. So when you see perfect square minus perfect square, so we can open 2 bracket, 1 plus 1 minus. So 16, we can make it 4. 9h square is actually 3h. 4 and then 3h. Factorize. Okay, over m. So when you see divide, we change to times. So change to times, we need to terbalikkan. So we put the m cube on top. 4 minus 3h at the bottom. Okay, so now do you see anything same? So when you see up and down, exactly the same thing, we can cut away, we can simplify. So 4 minus 3h, this one cut. And then we have m and m cubed. So 1m cut with another m. Okay, so we left m square on top. Okay, check, what do we have at the end? So on top, we have m square put in front, and also 4 plus 3h. Bottom, nothing. So the answer is donkey. Okay, let's look at number 3. So round off the answer of the difference between these two numbers and also correct to 2 significant figure. Okay, bundakan jawapan hasil tolak means you need to minus these 2 numbers, and then at the end the answer is 2 angka berarti, 2 angka berarti. Okay, so to minus 0.0368 minus 12.1 times 10 to the power of negative 3. Okay, this one you can just key in your calculator. Okay, now 0.0368 minus 12.1 times 10 to the power of negative 3. Okay, we get 0.0247. Now, how many significant figure is this? We don't count the 0 in front. Okay, the 0 we don't count it. So we start counting from 2. 1, 2, 3. So this is called 3 significant figure. But the question 1, 2. So 1, 2 and the third number, okay, 7 need to carry forward. So at the end, we get 0.025. So this is called 2 significant figure. Okay, then now look at the option. Okay, it's all in standard form, bentuk piawai. So we need to move 1, 2. So we get 2.5 times 10 to the power of how much? Okay, my method is, okay, this number become bigger. From 0.025 now become 2.5 bigger. If the number become bigger, then the power become smaller. It's always opposite. Okay, so become smaller means it will be -2. You move 2 places, so it's -2. So the answer is boy. Alright, now let's look at next, number 4. So diagram shows the solid. Okay, here they say VW lies 7 cm vertically above the base ABCD. Okay, so this line is 7 cm vertically above this base ABCD. Okay, so the whole thing height 7. Now, what do they ask? Which of the following is the octagonal projection view from X? Okay, so now look at the diagram. View from X means from the side. Okay, so if you view from the side, so we will see whole rectangle. Okay, what is the height of this rectangle? Now, since the vertical height 7, so we will definitely see a rectangle like this. Okay, when you view from X, okay, not just that, okay, when you view from X, the side, you will see this line, isn't it? It's right in front of you. So this line is 4 cm from the ground. So you see QP, so it will be a solid line. And what else? So there is a hidden line behind. So when you view from X, so there is this SU. So this line is 5 cm from the ground. So it is 1 cm higher than PQ. But this line is at the back. You can't see from the direction of X. You still need to draw, but we draw with dotted line. Okay, so the octagonal projection will be, okay, so you will see a solid line in front, and then we have another line behind, but it is hiding, so we need to put dotted line. So that is how it looks like when we view from X. Okay, so let's see the answer. Okay, the answer should be C. Okay, now let's look at question number 5. Okay, this one, index algebraic. Okay, so 9 times 3, 27. P, so we write P one time. So when you see times the power, we add together, which is 4. And then Q power 6. Over, okay, things at the bottom, copy one more time. Okay, now 27 can be simplified. Then, now we're left with what? P to the power of 4. Q, so we write Q. So if it's divide power minus 6 minus 2, which is 4. Alright, so this is the answer, C. Okay, let's look at number 6. Okay, it shows TR/RS on the Cartesian plane. Okay, here they give us important information. So they say TR is half RS. TR, this line, is half the length of RS. Okay, can we find the length of RS? So here they give us coordinate 0, 8. If R is 0, 8, which means this is 8. If this is 8, means the height here is 8 unit. Correct? Okay, if the coordinate of S is 6, 0, which means here 6. So if this is 6, meaning the length here is actually 6 unit. So do you see a right angle triangle? So I want to find RS, so we can use Pythagoras theorem. Okay, plus or minus. I want to find RS. The longer side, so we need to plus together. Okay, so we get square root 100, which is 10 at the end. Okay, so if the length of RS is 10, TR is half RS. So TR is how much? TR will be 5, correct? Okay, what is the coordinate of point T? So we need to find coordinate. We need to know the X and Y. Okay, look. So the X coordinate should be here. So since we know the length is 5 unit, okay, TR 5 unit, so which means here will be -5. Okay, on the left hand side of 0, so it should be negative. Then how about the Y? The Y coordinate is 8. So the answer is -5, 8. Understand? -5, 8. So answer is boy. Okay, let's look at next one. Number 7. Okay, we have to make it as a single fraction in the simplest form. Okay, single fraction, pecahan tunggal, meaning we need to combine these two together. Now you see two fractions, so we need to combine. So if we want to combine, when it comes to minus, so what is the first thing we have to consider? So if it's minus, both of their denominator must be the same. So now we have to think how to make them the same denominator. Okay, so this one, m square minus 9n square. So these two terms, they are actually perfect square. Kuasa dua sempurna. Perfect square minus perfect square, we can always make it into 2 bracket, 1 plus 1 minus. Do you remember? Then we can separate them by writing m square, we write m, 9n square, we put 3n. m, 3n. So we can get 2 bracket, 1 plus 1 minus. So, which means the first fraction, what is missing? We need to make them same denominator. So here we already have m minus 3n. So we are missing m plus 3n. So as long as you times m plus 3n, both of these fractions has the same denominator. Okay, so the first thing is same denominator. Okay, so the 2 expand. So we get 2m plus 6n. Okay, the denominator will be m plus 3n, m minus 3n. Okay, minus. So for the second fraction, we don't have to times anything. It's the same. Because the denominator is already m plus 3n, m minus 3n. Okay, so now they have the same denominator. Okay, next step, we can combine them by writing only once the denominator. Write once can already. Okay, so we can combine things on top. 2m plus 6n. Now here, you have to pay attention. Look closely, it is a minus. So this minus will need to expand. Negative, positive at the end will become minus. Make sure you change it. Okay, so we get negative m minus m, negative 3n. Positive, negative will be negative. Okay, so here the denominator still the same. 3m plus 3n, then m minus 3n. Okay, so here 2m minus m, so which is m, plus 6n minus 3n, so it's positive 3n. Okay, so at the end, you see exactly the same thing, m plus 3n, m plus 3n. So when you see the same thing, we can cut it off. So on top left with 1. So your final answer is 1 over m minus 3n. So the answer is A. Okay, next, number 8. Okay, the diagram shows hexagon PRSTUV. PRSTUV, the big one is image of PQABCW. So the smaller one is object. Okay, the big one is image, the small one is object. Under enlargement, okay, given that Q is the midpoint of side PR, the area of PQABCW 17. Okay, now Q is the midpoint of PR, which means if this is X, this is also X. So this whole thing will be 2X. Correct? Okay, then what else they give us? So they say the area 17. Area of object given 17 cm square. Now, calculate the area of shaded region. So this question is related to transformation. So enlargement. So we only use this formula. When it comes to area, it's always K square equal AI over AO. Always use this. Okay, we need to have K first, scale factor. We need to find K. How do we find K? K always equals to image over object. So image is the big one. Okay, we don't know exactly the length, but it's okay. So we know the ratio, we can find K also. So here, the image big one. So this whole thing is 2x. Object is x. So K equal image is 2x, object is x. So at the end, K is 2. Scale factor 2. So the image is actually 2 times of the object. Okay, so now once we get K, okay, so we can apply into this formula. Okay, we want to find area of image. If we can find the area of image, area of whole thing, area of image, then we can find shaded region later. Okay, so K is 2 square equal area of image, don't know, over area of object. Object is 17. Okay, to find x, 17 bring over, become times. So 2 square 4. 4 times 17, x equal 68 cm square. Okay, so the whole thing, the big one is 68, but now I want shaded region. So we just have to minus 68 minus 17. So we get 51 cm square. Boy. Alright, so now let's look at question number 9. Rodi earns overtime when he works at least 9 hours a day. Okay, bekerja sekurang-kurangnya 9 jam sehari. If T is the number of hours work per day, describe an inequality. Okay, so we need to use T. Write inequality, kertas samaan. If they say at least, sekurang-kurangnya, what symbol do we usually use? At least 9 hours. At least is more than, okay, with equal or without equal. If they say at least 9 hours, can it be 9 hours? Yes, so with equal 9. Okay, so at least is more than or equal. So which is described exactly the same? More than or equal, greater or equals to 9. So the answer is boy. Lebih besar atau sama dengan. Okay, number 10. Given that L varies directly as M, inversely as N. L berubah secara langsung dengan M dan secara songsang dengan N. Find the value of W. Okay, so based on this sentence, we can form equation. Okay, L varies. Okay, put this symbol first. Directly, langsung. Okay, we put M on top. Inversely, songsang. So we put N at the bottom. So L equal, change to equation, you need to add K. Remember, add K. So the K we put on top, Km over N. Okay, now first thing, always find K. Okay, they give us enough information to find K, definitely. So we use the first set of information. Everything is given, L, M, N, all given. Okay, then we find K. L is 4, K don't know, M is 2, over N is 1. Okay, the 1 bring over, 4 times 1 is still 4. 4 equal 2K. So at the end, K how much? So if we bring the 2 over, so 4 divided by 2, K equals to 2. Alright, so once we get K, always copy the equation one more time. Put the K in it, write the equation one more time. L equal 2M over N. So this is our complete equation. So use this to find whatever they ask later. So they ask us to find W. Okay, now we use the second set. Okay, L is 3. The 2 constant remain the same. M is 6. Over N, N is W. You can change to W. So now, at the end, W is how much? So W bring over, so the 3 bring here, W equal 12 over 3. W equal 4. Answer C. Alright, next. Okay, diagram 4 shows a ladder AB leaning against the wall of a building. So the length of the ladder is 4 meters and the distance of its base from the wall is 1.2 meters. Okay, so this is actually a ladder with 4 meters long. Okay, leaning against the wall, then the distance here, the base to the wall is 1.2 meters. Okay, when the top of the ladder slide down, okay, so this ladder slide down, then the base of the ladder move outward to 2 meters. Okay, so it's still the same ladder. So even if it slide down, so this length is still 4 meters. Agree? Because it's the same ladder. Okay, now we need to find the X here. Okay, look at the first triangle first. This one. Now this ladder lean against the wall. We have 1.2. So here we see a right angle triangle. Okay, so what do we need to find? So we have 2 information already. We have 4 meters, we have 1.2 meters. Do we need angle? Don't need. Okay, at the end we need to know the height of the wall. We need to know the height here in order to find X. So finding angle useless. So we only need to use Pythagoras theorem here. Okay, Pythagoras theorem. So I call this as height of the wall. If I want to find the height of the wall, okay, we already have the longest line 4 meters. So square root. So we minus 4 square minus 1.2 square. Square root 14.56. So it is 3.82 meter. Okay, so the height of the wall here, 3.82 meter. Okay, next, when the ladder slide down, So this is still 4 meter. Okay, we have another right angle triangle. We also have two information, 4 meter and 2 meter. So what do we need to find? We need to know the height here. Again, it's just Pythagoras theorem. So we minus square root 4 square minus 2 square. So square root 12. Square root 12 is 3.46 meter. Okay, so this one 3.46. So at the end, find x. So you just have to minus 3.82 minus 3.46. So the answer is 0.36. Answer A. Okay, let's continue. Okay, question 12. So they give us an equation. They ask us to ungkapkan t, express t. Okay, we need to make t as subject. Okay, let's see t here on the right hand side. So at the end, okay, what we want to achieve is I want t to be alone. Now we have to get rid of everything with the t. So we have n over 2, we have a. So what is the first thing we move away? We want to left with t only. Okay, so the first thing to move is the n over 2. Okay, bring over. So that you have one thing lesser on the right hand side. Okay, n over 2 bring over, what it will become? So n over 2 and bracket is times. So if you bring over, become divide n over 2. Okay, here listen. If you divide fraction, we can always change it to times. Change to times, then terbalik. So we write 2 on top and at the bottom. Agree? Understand? Okay, equal. Now the other side, no need put bracket anymore since there's nothing in front. Okay, just leave the bracket. So it's a plus t. Okay, here on the left hand side, we have 2s over n equal a plus t. Now we want t only, so we move the a over. Then we will get t. So the a is positive. If we bring over, become minus. So t equal 2s over n minus a. Okay, done. So we express t, we got the answer already. Express t in terms of a, n, and s. So the answer is boy. Okay, let's look at next one. So it shows a speed time graph of a movement of two vehicles. Okay, so we have two vehicles here. So you can take out your highlighter. Okay, OPQR is the movement of car. OPQR. So this is car. So this is car. Then the other one, AB, shows the movement of a van. So this is van. Okay, if the difference in distance, okay, the question says difference means we have to minus. In distance, okay, how do we find distance in a speed time graph? So we need to find area under the graph, remember? Okay, so the difference in distance of car and van for last 1/4 hour, okay, is 12.5 km. Okay, find the value of v. Okay, we need to find unknown. We need to find v. We need to form equation. So what type of equation, or what should we write as our first line? So definitely related to 12.5 because they give us 12.5. So and this 12.5 is the difference in distance. So whenever we want to find distance in speed time graph laju masa, always area under the graph. Remember, we need to find area, luas. Okay, which area, which part we need to find? They mentioned they want last 1/4 hour. Where is last 1/4? Okay, we can always take the last hour here, 3/4, minus 1/4, and see it is actually from where to 3/4. Okay, so 3/4 minus 1/4, and we get 1/2. So which means last 1/4 hour is actually from 1/2 all the way until 3/4. So this is actually last 1/4 hour. Okay, so they only want us to focus on this part. The rest in front you can just ignore. Okay, here they say the difference of these two distance equals to 12.5. Okay, which distance is bigger? We need to take big minus small. Car bigger or van bigger? Okay, we look at car first. Okay, car for this last 1/4 hour, so the line go up. So area under the graph, so it forms a trapezium. You see that? Quite a big area, isn't it? So this is a trapezium. Then for car, in this last 1/4 hour, is only this part. Area under the graph will form triangle. So we take big area minus small area. So we have to take trapezium. We have to take trapezium minus the triangle equals to 12.5. Understand? Okay, so for trapezium, still remember the formula? We always use 1/2 A plus B times height. For triangle, it's always 1/2 base times height. Okay, let's check. So the A and B for trapezium, which is here, A is V minus 20. The B is V. The height is, okay, the height which is this one, so we can just put 1/4. Now, always check the unit. So sometimes you might need to change unit. So the speed unit is km per hour. And the time unit given is hour. Okay, then this one no need change. Because sometimes they will give you kilometer per hour here, but they give you minute. Then make sure you change to hour. Understand? Okay, for this question, no need because the unit same. Then now let's look at triangle. Triangle is 1/2 times base times height. Okay, the base is how much? Okay, the base is 1/4. Height of triangle is V minus 20. That equals to 12.5. Alright, so now we're going to put this together. Okay, 1/2. A is V minus 20. B is V. A plus B. Height is 1/4. Minus triangle 1/2. Okay, the base is 1/4. The height is V minus 20. Equals to 12.5. Alright, so now slowly find V. Okay, so this 1/2 times 1/4 is 1/8. Okay, I prefer to change to decimal. 1/8 is 0.125. Then things in the bracket, V plus V, 2V minus 20. Minus, okay, make sure you still put bracket. So this 1/2 times 1/4. So it's 1/8. So it's 0.125. Okay, I change to decimal. So 0.125 bracket V minus 20. Remember, still keep the bracket because of the minus here. Okay, still remain the bracket. Equals to 12.5. Alright, now expand. So here 0.25V minus 0.125 times 20. So it's 2.5. Minus, okay, still put bracket, so this one expand. 0.125V minus 2.5 equal 12.5. Okay, next. Okay, then this minus, okay, you need to expand now. Negative at the end will become positive, remember. Okay, here 0.25V minus 2.5 minus 0.125V plus 2.5 equal 12.5. Okay, then next, negative 2.5 plus 2.5. So here becomes 0. Okay, so for V, 0.25 minus 0.125. Okay, so we get 0.125V equal 12.5. Finally, V will be 12.5 divided by 0.125. So V equals to 100. Okay, so the answer is boy. Okay, let's look at next question. Okay, question 14. So it shows a set of dot plot for 20 students. You need to find median. Okay, median is the middle data, exactly in the middle. So because there are so many students, you don't have to list out one by one. So we can actually straight away go to the position. So you can take 20 plus 1, because there are total 20 people. 20 plus 1 divided by 2 to find the middle position. Okay, so we have this 10.5. So student number 10.5. Kedudukan ke 10.5 is the middle. So you can start counting from the first one. So this is the first person. Okay, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, 11 here. So if I want 10.5, it will be still here, isn't it? Still in this category. So what is the data? Here, 55. Student number 10.5 is getting 55. C. So you don't have to list out everything to cut left, right to find middle. You can use this method to straight away go to the position you want. Okay, so 15. Now, Kamal has 3 red balls, 5 blue balls, and 8 yellow balls. If he chooses one ball, okay, chooses one ball at random, what is the probability that he does not choose a blue or yellow ball? So he does not choose blue. Don't want blue, don't want yellow. Meaning, Kamal want red lah. Correct, red. So what is the probability of red? So there are only 3 red balls over total. Total how many balls? Total 3 plus 5 plus 8, they are 16. So the probability, straight away, we get answer C, 3 over 16. Okay, let's look at question 16. Suraya is a teacher with monthly income 3,500. He also does part-time job as a tuition teacher. Monthly payment 600. So both of these are income. Then if the total fixed expenses pembelanjaan 1,250, so these expenses, and she found that her cash flow worth 100 ringgit. So calculate the variable expenses pembelanjaan tidak tetap. At the end is how much? Okay, so when we talk about cash flow, so we talk about aliran tunai. How do we usually find cash flow? Cash flow means the balance you get at the end of the month. So to find cash flow, we always take total income, okay, total income minus total expenses. So when we talk about total income, so we have what? Part-time job, full-time job, everything, total income. Minus total expenses, we have 2 types of expenses. It's always fixed expenses and variable expenses. Pembelanjaan tetap, pembelanjaan tidak tetap. So after that, after minus, then you will get cash flow. Okay, so this question, they already tell us cash flow is 100 equal, okay, total income. We have income 3,500 plus 600 as tuition teacher. Minus expenses. Expenses we have 1,250. This one fixed expenses. But variable expenses, how much? We don't know. So we can put it as X. Okay, so now from here we can find X. 100 equal. So 3,500 plus 600 minus 1,250. Okay, we get 2,850 minus X. So at the end, X is 2,850 minus 100. X equal 2,750. So this is the variable expenses. Pembelanjaan tidak tetap. Answer A. Okay, let's look at question 17. Now, the following information is about a situation. Okay, what's the situation? Rihanna wants to buy a handbag. The price of the handbag at shop A is more expensive than the price at shop B. However, shop B is located further away from Rihanna's house than shop A. Which of the following is the problem of the situation above? Okay, what problem do they face? So Rihanna wants to, okay, so check A, time taken to get to the shop. Okay, the statement never mentioned about the time exactly, so this is not appropriate. Okay, how about B? Rihanna desired to buy handbag. Okay, yes, Rihanna wants to buy handbag, but they focus more on the price and where the shop is actually. So not really the desire. Okay, C, the brand and the price. So the question, the statement never mentioned any brand. Okay, D, the price of handbag and the distance to the shop. Okay, yes, this is the most appropriate one. So because they mentioned shop A is more expensive, meaning shop B is cheaper, and then shop A is nearer, shop B is further. So you talk about distance. Okay, so this is the problem they face. Donkey. Okay, question 18. Siti bought a washing machine, cost 2,400. She paid deposit 10% of the price and the balance is paid in monthly installment over 18 months. The simple interest rate is 8% per annum. What is the monthly installment? Okay, first, she already paid 10% deposit. So meaning at the end, she is only taking 90% of loan because 10% already paid. So the remaining is actually how much? So that's the first thing we need to find. So washing machine is 2,400 times 90%. Okay, we need to find 90%. Okay, which is 2,160. Okay, so Siti used 18 months to pay off this, but there is also interest. So what formula do we need to find? So we need to find the total in this 18 months. How much city have to pay back first? So the formula we use will be A equal P plus PRT. Remember this formula? So the A means total. Okay, so I want to find total. P is 2,160, principal, the initial amount, plus PRT. PRT is interest. So P is 2,160 times the R, how many percent? 8%, and the T, make sure the T is in year. T is time in years. 18 months. 18 months is how many years? So we can take 18 divided by 12. Okay, 18 months is actually 1.5 years. Okay, so what is the total you get at the end? So total have to pay back 2,419 ringgit 20 cents. So the question asks, how much is the monthly installment? Every month have to pay how much? So we have to take this amount, divide by 18 months. Remember, divide by 18 months to find monthly installment. So meaning every month have to pay 134 ringgit 40 cents. So the answer is A. Okay, let's look at 19. Okay, it's a straight line pass through point A and B. So they give us two coordinates, and this question only one gradient, keturunan. So what formula do we use? So if it's involved two coordinates, the formula we use is always y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So this is the formula for gradient. Alright, so y minus y6 minus, make sure you put bracket, negative 4. Over x minus x, negative 2 minus 3. So m equal, negative, negative become positive. So this is 10 over negative 5. So simplified it, it is negative 2. Okay, so the gradient C. Now always check, okay, since your gradient you get negative, so meaning the line should go down. So let's check the picture. Okay, the line is going down, so the answer must be negative. So then correct lah. Okay, definitely not A, not B, because both positive. It definitely cannot be the answer because the line is going down. Alright? Okay, let's look at 20. Given that universal set, so it's actually an integer, and what are the integers? So they say x is, okay, 5 is included, 5 to 25. Okay, things that the number that we can use is from 5 to 25. So set A is a factor of 20. So what are the elements in set A? Okay, factor of 20. Meaning, what number, okay, what times what we get 20? The number that times together can get 20. They are all factors of 20. For example, 1 times 20. 2 times 10. 4 times 5. So these are the factor of 20. But we don't include everything because the universal set says that it's starting from 5. So meaning we don't want 1, don't want 2, don't want 4. Okay, we only want 5, 10, and 20. Okay, that's only these 3 elements we want. Okay, how about set B? Okay, set B is a factor of 25. So the number times together can get 25. They are all factors of 25. For example, what number? What time? 1 times 25, 5 times 5, 25. Then no more. So the element we want here is, okay, not including the 1, only 5 and 25. Okay, because universal set says that we start from 5. Alright, so A. Is A the answer? Now, A says that A is subset. So this symbol, subset. Subset means, okay, subset means A, everything that in A can be found in B. Is it true? Let's check. Everything in A can be found in B. No, A got 10 and 20, so it's not in B also, so up. How about B is the subset of A? Is it correct? Everything in B can be found in A. Everything in B. B got 25. Set A don't have 25 also, so we cannot say that B is the subset of A. So this is wrong also. Okay, how about C? A intersect B. Okay, this symbol means repeat. The things that in A and B is the subset of B. Okay, let's see. What is the element A intersect B first? So the element A intersect B repeat is 5 only, right? Okay, so this 5 is the subset of B. What do you think? Is it correct? Can you find 5 in set B? Yes, there is. So this is correct. Okay, let's see D. A intersect B. Just now you say A intersect B is 5. So then they say 5 is equals to set B. No, set B got 5 and also 25, not 5 only. So this is wrong. So the answer is C. Okay, let's look at 21. EFG is a tangent. Okay, so we need to find the value of y. Okay, now here we need to know these two rules. Okay, first, circle. Then this line is called tangent. Okay, tangent is a straight line that touch circle at one point. So this line is called tangent. Then here we have a chord, parenthesis. Now, whenever angle between chord and tangent, so here, so which part has the same angle as this? Okay, we need triangle. So follow this chord and find triangle. Okay, outside, I call this angle as outside. Outside and opposite inside, they are the same. Okay, so this is the first rule. Now here you see, this is tangent. Then this is chord, parenthesis. Then we have angle between here, tangent and chord, 50. Okay, so we need to find out the triangle. Which is the triangle we want? Here we have two triangles. Which one? So we have to follow this line FH. Okay, then the second line we go HJ. Then the third line you have to come back down already because we need a triangle. Okay, so meaning we only look at this triangle. Okay, outside 50, where else is also 50? Opposite inside, so this is 50. Okay, now the second rules needed in this question is, okay, do you still remember what is cyclic quadrilateral, CC 4 gitaran? In a circle, if you find find a quadrilateral means 4 sides. 4 points must touch the circle, so we call this as cyclic quadrilateral. So what's the rule? Opposite angle total up is 180. If you total up the opposite angle 180. Okay, so here we found a cyclic quadrilateral. You see that? So this one 110, which means the opposite here will be 70. Total must be 180, correct? Okay, so now you can find x already, you can find y because there is a triangle here. Triangle is always 180. So you have 50, 70. Now you can find y. Y equal 180 minus 50 minus 70. Y equals to 60. Answer C. Okay, now let's look at 22. Encik Arjun plans to purchase a motor insurance. Okay, the detail of the car he wants to insure are as follow. Okay, car model Honda City, location Kedah, sum insured 50,000. Okay, here they say NCD 25%. So meaning this person entitled 25% discount at the end. And then here they tell us the basic premium for comprehensive policy is this amount. Okay, comprehensive policy is the most expensive motor insurance with the best coverage. Okay, so the basic premium for this policy, this amount. Okay, at the end they want us to find the gross premium kasa for what policy? Okay, for third party fire and theft policy. Pihak ketiga kebakaran dan kecurian. Now, just now we said comprehensive is the most expensive one. Then the second tier slightly cheaper than comprehensive, which is this one, third party fire and theft. How many percent of comprehensive? Okay, this is always fixed and they won't mention in the question. You have to remember. So if you want to find third party fire and theft, it's always 75% of the basic premium of comprehensive policy. That's why they give us this amount. Because we need this amount, then only we can find third party fire and theft. Understand? Okay, so first we can find the basic premium for this third party fire and theft, which is using 1,613 ringgit 10 cents times 75%. It is always 75%. Alright, so the basic premium is 1,209 ringgit 83. Now this is not yet discount. We call it as basic premium. But this person entitled 25% discount NCD. Now try to think, if can get 25% discount, which means at the end we have to pay how much? He has to pay how much? Original is 100%. If this person get 25% discount, meaning he still need to pay 75%, correct? Okay, so to find gross premium, okay, gross premium, 1,209 ringgit 83, okay, you can straight away times with 75%. Now, why is it 75%? Okay, I repeat, it's because the NCD is 25%. The person can get 25% discount. Original is 100%. If minus 25%, so the person still have to pay 75%. So you can times 75% straight away to get the final amount. Okay, you don't have to times 25% to find NCD, how much? Wasting time. Straight away go to the 75%. Okay, so what is the final answer? So you should get 907 ringgit 37 cents. Okay, so that is the gross premium answer, boy. Okay, now let's look at 23. Okay, here they give us two inequality and we need to find what is H, what is K. Okay, the first one first. 2x minus 5 less than 7. If I want to find x, okay, we move negative 5 over. 2x less than 7 plus 5. 2x less than 12. So at the end, x less than 12 divided by 2, x less than 6. Okay, so this one just leave it aside. Now, the second inequality. Okay, the second inequality here, they say 6 minus half x less than or equals to 4. Now, to find x, first thing, okay, I will always get rid of the fraction because I hate fraction. Okay, I don't want to solve anything with fraction. So, first step, whole thing times 2. So, this 2 can cut off. So, we don't want fraction. Okay, every term, everything times 2, 6 times 2, we get 12. Minus, okay, so this whole term times 2, 2 cut away. Left 1x. The 1 don't have to times 2, yeah? So it's just x or minus x. Less than equal 4 times 2 is 8. Okay, so if I want to find x, so the 12 bring over negative x less than equal 8 minus 12. Negative x less than equal negative 4. Now, both sides with negative, 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 positive. And here, remember, we need to reverse, switch, become more than or equal 4. Alright, so now, combine these two things. X less than 6, x more than or equals to 4. So we can put the x in the middle. Smaller number always on the left, 4. Bigger number always on the right. Okay, then follow the sign, the symbol, x less than 6. X more than or equals to 4. Okay, so now compare the answer given here. Can you tell what is H and K? So the symbol, let's check exactly the same. So the symbol exactly the same. So which means H is 4, the K is 6. So the answer is donkey. Okay, let's look at question 24. So the pie chart in diagram 10 shows the favorite fruit of a group of students. So here given 12 students like banana. So here we have 12 students. 10% of the total student like apple. So here we have 10%. Okay, so at the end we need to find total number of students who like apple and grapes. Okay, first thing. So here they say 12 students, 108 degree has 12 students, which means every student represent how many degree? So we can take 108 divided by 12. Okay, 108 divided by 12, so we get 9 degree. So each student is actually 9 degree. Alright, so now let's look at apple. So if they say 10% is apple, so 10% is how much in degree? So pie chart has 360 degrees, so 10%, so 360 times 10%. So it is actually 36 degree. So apple represents 36 degree. Okay, so at the end the question asks, what is the total number of students who like apple and grapes? So we can total up the angle. Okay, we know the angle is 36 plus 90. Okay, each student represent 9 degree. Okay, so what we can do here is 36 plus 90. Okay, we have total degree. Then divide by 9 to find the number of students. 36 plus 90 divide by 9, so we get 14. So the total student is 14. Okay, 14 people. So answer donkey. Okay, let's look at 25. Okay, the first full term of the sequence. Okay, when you see the word sequence, jujukan, meaning there will be pattern. Okay, so you need to identify the pattern. Okay, look at these two terms. -5, the next one is -12. So now the number is getting smaller. So what is the pattern here? So -7, isn't it? Okay, you check and see. So from 9, if we -7, okay, so we get 2. So x is 2. Is it true? Okay, we -7 again and check. So 2 minus 7, so we get -5. Okay, meaning the pattern is really -7. Okay, then you can find y already. So -12 minus 7, so we get -19. -19. Okay, so x is 2, y is -19. So at the end, find the value of x minus y. So x is 2 minus -19. So 2 plus 19. The answer is 21. Donkey. Alright, next. Okay, question 26. What Alia wants to buy laptop with cash in 6 months time? Her total monthly income is 5,100. Her total monthly expenses, pembelanjaan, 4,300. And the laptop price is at 4,999. So was she able to achieve her financial goal? Okay, let's count and see how much is the cash flow every month. Okay, if income is 5,100 minus expenses 4,300. Alright, so we get 800. 800 is 1 month. How about 6 month times? So if I take 800 times 6, so we get total 4,800. Okay, is it enough? The price of the laptop is 4,999. But with this 800 saving, only managed to save until 4,800, which means cannot. Okay, let's check A. Okay, A says that yes, can. By saving minimum 270 a month. Okay, saving 1 month 800 already not enough. So what do you think about 270? So we can calculate and see 270 a month times 6 months. 270 times 6. So it is only 1,620. So it's definitely not enough. A, no. Okay, B, yes, by saving minimum 410 ringgit a month. Not enough also. Okay, let's calculate and see. 410 ringgit times 6. Okay, only managed to save 2,460. So not enough also. Okay, C. Yes, by saving minimum 850 a month. Okay, what do you think? Okay, I think it's enough, right? 850 times 6 months. So we get 5,100. So the price of the laptop is only 4,999. So meaning enough. Minimum save 850 ringgit a month is enough. Okay, let's check D first. Okay, D say cannot, no. He has deficit of 400 every month. Okay, and this is not true because based on the calculation just now, we actually get positive 800. It's not deficit, but it's actually surplus. So we have extra 800. So this statement say that she has negative 400 every month. So which means it's wrong lah. So the answer is C. Okay, the most appropriate answer. Okay, let's look at 27. So it shows part of sebahagian, part of the graph of y equal cos x. So they ask us to find the coordinate P. Okay, first thing first, you have to understand what is y equal cos x. Okay, so from here we can find the A, B, and also C. Okay, A means the number in front of cos. So if you don't see number, means it is 1. B is the number in front of x. Okay, so which is 1. C is the number behind, don't have 0. Okay, so this one you can just ignore. Now when we say amplitude 1, A means amplitude 1, meaning, so cos graph start from 1, go all the way down to -1. Okay, so that's the amplitude 1. Okay, how about B? What is the meaning of B? Okay, B will tell us in 360 degree, okay, 360 degree is a complete graph. Has how many complete cycle? For cos graph, the underwear shape is called 1 cycle. If you see this whole thing is called 1. Now here they say B is 1. B is 1, meaning you should see 1 complete underwear in 360 degree. Okay, now we see half of the underwear, correct? Half of the underwear, which means if I complete the whole underwear, okay, it should look like this, correct? Then meaning the last point here, it should be how many degree? The B is 1, which means in 360 degree, you should see one cycle, meaning here should be 360, right? So if this 360, then here 180, half of it, then here 90, and here 270, right? So now they ask what is the coordinate of P. Okay, the X coordinate is 180. The Y coordinate is -1. Alright, so we get the answer C. Okay, let's go to question 28. Now, it shows regular pentagon. Okay, regular pentagon, regular hexagon. Okay, the regular term is important. Okay, sekata, which means all the angle are the same. The length same, angle also same. Okay, so we need to find x plus y. Okay, first, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So when you see six side is called hexagon. What is the interior angle for each? Okay, we can use this formula, n minus 2 times 180 divided by n. Okay, to find one interior angle. Okay, so hexagon 6 side. So 6 minus 2 times 180 divided by 6. So it is 120. Okay, so each of the angle here will be 120. Okay, so the other one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 side. Okay, 5 side is a pentagon. How about the angle? How about the angle here? Okay, pentagon 5. 5 minus 2 times 180 divided by 5. So each will be 108 degree. Okay, 108 degree. So now finding x plus y. Okay, the question actually mentioned, emphasize on P and N, T, U, L are straight line. So this is straight line. This is also straight line. Now, whenever the question mentioned this, meaning these two lines definitely related to the way of finding answer. Okay, so here 120 we know. Okay, we can find the angle beside because they say this is a straight line. So they say this is a straight line. So if it's straight line, always 180. 180 minus 120. So here we get 60. Right? Okay, then for this one, okay, this is 108, correct? So what is the angle beside? So because this is a straight line, so here will be 72. Okay, so what else we can find? Okay, here, how about this angle? If this is 120, whole circle is 360. 360 minus 120. So here will be 240. Okay, this is 120, correct? Okay, how about the angle here? Okay, so we can take 360 minus 120 minus 108. So it is 100. So it is 132. Okay, why am I finding all these angles? Because I want to use this polygon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 side is a hexagon. So the sum of interior angle, 6 minus 2 times 180 is 720. So if we total up all this angle is 720. So including the x and also y. X plus y plus 60, 240, 132 and also 72 equals to 720. Then from here we can find x plus y. Okay, we can add all these things together. 60, 240, 132, 72. Okay, x plus y equals to, okay, x plus y plus 504 equals to 720. So to find x plus y, so 504 bring to the other side, 720 minus 504. So it is 260. 260. So answer is boy. Alright, so let's look at 29. Okay, here they say the length of base and height of a triangle given is 0.9 meter and 0.62 meter respectively. Find the area of the triangle in mm square. Okay, so they mentioned about triangle. Okay, we can sketch out triangle. Then the base given is 0.9 meter. The height given is 0.62 meter. Okay, at the end, the area they want in mm square. So my suggestion is the unit you change now. Okay, meter to mm, we have to move how many places? Okay, think first. From meter to cm, 100. From cm to mm, another 10. cm to mm is 10, correct? So total will be 3 0. So we have to move 3 places. So 1, 2, 3. So this will become 620 mm. Okay, the base here 1, 2, 3, 900 mm. Okay, so now we have base and height, so we can find area of triangle. Now don't forget 1 over 2. Area of triangle is always 1 over 2, base times height. So the base is 900, the height 620. So we get 279,000 mm square. Alright, but the answer given is in standard form, so we need to change bentuk PRY. Okay, we need to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we get 2.79 times 10 to the power of. Okay, so this number becomes smaller. If number becomes smaller, power becomes bigger, which is positive 5 mm square. Alright, answer donkey. Okay, let's move on. Okay, 30. So it shows a pie chart of type of transportation used by a group of workers to get to their workplace. Number of workers who drive car, is twice the number of workers who take LRT. Car and LRT. So here they don't give any angle. So here they say number of worker drive car is twice LRT. So let's say if LRT X, the number of car is twice, correct? So meaning it will be 2x. So at the end we need to find ratio. Okay, ratio of what? Ratio of workers who take car to work. Okay, to the number of workers who take bus. Okay, we need to find this. Okay, now first find the x. Okay, x is actually how many degree? So pie chart is 360. So everything add together 360. So we can take 360 minus 125 minus taxi 70. At the end divide by, I know, 5x. So how many x here? We have 2x, 1x, total 3. So we divide by 3. So x is, okay, 360 minus 125 minus 70 divided by 3. So x is 55. Okay, so this is 55. Then 2x, so 55 times 2 will be 110 degree. Okay, so now we need to convert it to ratio. Car, so car is 110 degree. Then after that, bus is 125. Then now we simplified it. Okay, key in your calculator. 110 over 125. So we get 22 to 25. So the answer is boy. Okay, last question. Now the relation between h, g, j. Okay, here they say h varies directly as the square root of g varies inversely with j. Okay, h berubah secara langsung dengan punca kuasa 2g dan secara songsang dengan j. Okay, based on this sentence, we can write equation, right? So h, okay, we put this symbol first. Directly, secara langsung, so we put on top. So what we have to write on top? So square root of g, so square root g. Over, okay, inversely with j. Okay, so j put at the bottom. When you see inverse, when you see songsang, make sure it is at the bottom. Okay, the j is at the bottom. So now change to equal. So once you change to equal, you need to add k. So k square root g over j. Alright, so now h is 10, g 4, j 2. Okay, sub everything to find k first. 10 equal, k don't know, square root g, g is 4 over j, j is 2. Okay, so the 2 bring over, become times. 10 times 2, 20. 20 equal, square root 4 is 2, 2k. So at the end k, okay, bring the 2 over, make sure it is divide. The 2 bring over divide, so 20 divided by 2, k equals to 10. Alright, so k equals to 10. Now put it back into the equation. You copy one more time the complete equation. So h equal 10 square root g over j. Okay, so this is the complete equation. So now see what they want. Calculate the value of h, where g is 9, j is 6. Okay, h equal 10 square root g, g is 9 over j, j is 6. Okay, so h equal 10 times this one 3, square root 9 is 3 over 6. So at the end, h equal 30 divided by 6, 5. Answer, boy. So that's all for all the questions in this video. So we left with 9 questions, so I'll leave it to you. So if you have any questions, you can always leave your comment. If you want to print this material, I already prepared it in the description box, so you may print it out and do together. So good luck for your exam. I'll see you in next video. Bye bye.